Welcome to the Austin LGBT Chamber of Commerce podcast. I'm Tina Cannon, your host and CEO of the Chamber. On today's pod, we're going to talk local business headlines. In the news this week, I-35 cap plan is being reconsidered as the costs are going through the roof. Frontier is doubling nonstop flights out of Austin, and ACC is breaking ground on new semiconductor training centers. Back in a sec. Howdy, everybody in podcast land. Welcome back to the show. Amy and Colton, how y'all doing?
Hi. Doing fine.
Liars.
Doing fine, drinking wine. Not really.
No.
It's too early for wine.
Is it? Never.
Wine's more of an evening drink.
Blasphemy.
It's
But champagne.
Never been my jam. Why? It's just never been my jam. I think it's a commitment.
Feel sorry for you.
Because in my brain, I'm like, well, if I want a glass of wine, I have to open the whole bottle.
Well, yeah.
Then
you have to
drink
open the whole bottle anyway. You can't open a portion of the bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing.
You
It's
mean
like,
drink the whole bottle?
yeah, because then I'm like, well, then I feel like I'm compelled to drink the whole thing.
That is false. But that is typically what happens in my world.
See? It's
Yeah.
like when you open the one sleeve of the Girl Scout Thin Mints. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have to finish it.
That is also false. But they
They
do
will
make
come
the
knock
little
on your
half
door.
bottles.
Y'all are reminding me of like the college days with the box wine. Then you didn't have to finish it.
Listen.
And you occasionally get to
Oh.
slap the bag.
Yes, but those
That's what it's
box
called?
wines, they stay good for like, what, 3 months?
Especially
Oh,
our
at
friends
least.
over at Boxed Wine.
Yes. Fancy.
Yeah.
Boxed wine.
Yeah, but box wines come a long way. I'm just going to say it. Not as far as it should, but
Yeah, the
has come a long
single
way.
moms with the Franzia bottles and like the Benson and
Yes.
Hedges.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. But there's a whole show about that. Ab Fab, big fan.
Love.
Yeah.
Love. Oh, my God.
You're welcome to come over to my house and drink box wine anytime.
This morning we were out of cold brew on our floor. So I went up and asked them if they had another box of cold brew that I could bring downstairs. And he asked me if I knew how to open it. And I was like, I went to Texas State. Like,
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
a rite of passage.
They do that in
and then you would just
orientation.
find like the random bag floating in the river, and we were all brave enough to just be like, "That's probably still good."
yeah, nothing like
It's a Chardonnay, right? It's
warm
fine.
Zinfandel usually. I feel like on the river.
Yeah. Yes. Very pink. Mm-hmm. Very headachy.
It's giving me shivers.
Shiver me timbers. What?
It's giving me shivers.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my Lord. Let's take a look at some local news headlines before it gets worse. The Austin's transformational plan to cover parts of I-35 with public spaces is intended to bridge that divide between east and west neighborhoods. Let's look at some financial reckoning as estimates are soaring. City staff is showing that the refined plans now have a price tag for the 26-acre build ballooning from the $868 million to $1.4 frickin' billion. Increase of 61%. I mean, I've heard of cost overruns. We've all built shit, but holy tamales.
Yeah, that is a lot.
So $15 million in city funds for updated plans to be able to tell us that it's going to cost more. Of course, I mean, it's all coming from just normal inflation. But $1.4 billion. Mm-hmm. We were at $868 million. You know why? Because we him-haw and him-haw and him-haw, him-haw, him-haw. And then we wonder why 5 years later, oh, shit, the cost
we
went
haven't
up.
done this. Yeah, you know, at least, I forget which one it was, but one of my county commissioners was actually very vocal on this and saying, like, can we just make a decision,
Can we
please?
just go?
Like, we're losing money. It's,
Yeah.
We've been talking about this for years. Mm-hmm. Pull the trigger.
Yeah. One of the lovely people on my HOA board, or HOA group, we were at a meeting the other day, and we were talking about doing something to all of the units, putting up new railings, whatever the thing was.
That sounds nice.
And this cheese ball goes, he says, no, I don't think we should do it. Mind you, our railings are being held on by like
the skin of their teeth.
corroded screws from 1986
And prayers.
into stucco walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, so nobody goes out there because we're going
Thoughts
to
and
fall.
prayers.
And this genius says, "Oh, I think we should wait because the cost of construction will go down."
Mm-hmm.
When in the history of time in Austin has the cost of construction ever gone down?
It's already. I mean, he's clearly not paying attention. It's already come down.
That's crazy.
And what I think he's talking about is the price of material during the pandemic, which was crazy when I was still
supply chain. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was still in that industry. I remember when a sheet of OSB,
What's
which
that?
is like press board,
Thank you.
Colton.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's like crappy ply.
Yeah, it's called OSB.
A
Oh, so
ply.
shitty board.
Yeah, like, anyway, I'm not gonna get into it. $7.95 a sheet, maybe back in the day, like $8 a sheet.
Yeah.
It's crap. And it went up to 40 some odd dollars.
Damn, that's an
And that's-
enormous increase.
Well, people were having to like make their cabinets out of OSB because they couldn't afford cabinet ply. But yeah, anyway, cheese ball indeed.
I mean, and we're
Pay
talking like a
attention.
measly couple $100 per unit.
Your complex isn't that big.
It's not that big, and we don't do that much.
Yeah.
Like, and our fees
I
are
thought-
really small.
I thought you got off the HOA board.
I did, but every once in a while I get roped in every time they have to look at a spreadsheet or a financial statement. They're like, "What are numbers?" They just have no clue like how to like run our financial system. I'm like, it's not hard. It tells you on the little report. Just read it.
Oh, well.
Don't join your HOA board. Don't
I
ever
just
do it.
feel bad for everyone in Central Texas that's in like a new development where all your HOAs are third party and they're mostly in Dallas.
Yeah. Well, Dallas actually
Good
is
luck
the one
getting
that,
anything done.
that's what we're trying to model our I-35 expansion on. Is the Dallas what's it called? The Clyde Warren Park over the Dallas Freeway, which I'm sure took forever to decide, and I'm sure cost a lot of money. But we've got to make a move on I-35. We can't keep talking about it and talking about it. I've spent a lot of time on I-35 in the last couple of days for various meetings that I've had to go to. And, I mean, it looks the exact same when I moved here 35 years ago. And we've grown double in size. But we've
Wow.
done nothing to expand our throughput. So $1.4 billion. Let's keep moving. Let's get it going before it turns into $2 billion. Or I get a flying car.
And a light rail, too, please.
Please.
It would be amazing. Actually, before I go on to the next story, I was in Orlando and we did that bright line. So slick. So it can go from Orlando. Go ahead and sing it.
Orlando, I love you.
Love.
This musical intro we brought to you
Frickin'
by.
love it. Frickin' love it.
But it's great, that little train. You walk into the airport in Orlando, and there's a sign up on the wall that says, like, gates C through 14, whatever, turn right. Train, turn left, and head down. That's what every airport should say.
I think
Yeah.
a lot of airports do say that.
So
Just
nice.
Down here in old Tejas.
We're getting there. So
uh,
Brightline's making a move, hopefully, in Austin.
Okay.
So Representative Busey at the state level, of course, filed a bill that a million, there's going to be thousands more filed, but his bill is around getting high-speed Brightline type service between Dallas, Austin, Houston, and San Antonio, and finding some funding for that.
Okay. I have questions about this, but I'll ask them off air.
Fair. From off air to Frontier Air. Frontier Air is expanding its presence at the Austin airport, adding 4 new nonstop flights in March. The low-cost carrier is coming out of some of the financial issues they had. So they've added some fare services from here to, where is it? Orlando,
wow.
Chicago, Cincinnati, and Phoenix 3 times a week. The airline is currently offering flights to Cleveland, Denver, Guadalajara, Mexico, and Vegas. So, it's a low-cost flyer. It flies out of that other little airport for right now. Eventually, when the airport expands, it'll come back to the main terminal because that south terminal is going to go away.
Right.
But it's nice to have some cheap options to get out of town.
Sure.
Is
Does
that the one that just filed for bankruptcy,
Yeah.
or the other low cost?
I don't know if it was
carrier?
Spirit or Frontier that filed.
So they're doubling? Does that mean
Spirit's the
you're
one that
doubling
filed.
your chances
Okay.
of actually leaving the gate?
Yeah, but you're not doubling the comfort of those airlines.
I just like Spirit and Frontier have let me down so many times.
Yeah.
Like if I have to be somewhere for a wedding, let's say.
Oh, don't do it.
Can't. Like I've missed. I can't do it.
No. It's like the dollar store of airlines. You just get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
Well, I'm not worried about economy. I'm worried about like.
Do you get great service at the dollar store?
I think they leave their oversell seats button on.
Probably.
And I've never been able to catch a Frontier flight when it's supposed to leave.
Ooh.
I don't think I've ever caught a Spirit flight ever where I've had to cancel it completely.
But you get like a free pack of cigarettes when you miss your flight with them, I think. No.
Wouldn't even put me
I'd
up in a
take it.
hotel. I thought when your flight was canceled, like the airline is supposed to take care of you, and I was stuck sleeping in the Denver airport trying to get to Vancouver for a
I
wedding.
think now that's actually law, right?
Yeah, this was years
Secretary
ago.
Buttigieg made that happen. Although I was reading yesterday on the Newsies that there's a chance that the new
You look like a newsie.
I do. Today's my little hat. That the new incoming transportation person will likely undo that because the airlines don't like that.
I mean, yeah, to be expected. Great, fantastic.
I just don't understand why they get away with not.
We're just in
refunding.
crisis every day right now. So everything is on fire. Just wear a robe to work because there's a good chance you won't make it
I
home.
haven't watched the news since a few weeks. It's been a few weeks.
Ay.
On the good news side, ACC, or Austin Community College, has broken ground on 2 buildings at its Round Rock campus, the first of a couple of projects that were approved in the 2020 bond package up in Round Rock. The new buildings will be funded with $50 million from the $770 million bond package that was aimed to train Central Texas workers to meet the growing job demands. The bonds will be used to fund projects in every region of the college district, including 2 new campuses in southern Travis County and expanding more programs into Central and North. I'm pretty excited about this. It's supposed to be happening next spring. It's great for our growing economy. It's great for our labor market. We are short, and I'm not just talking about me, enough bodies to fill the jobs that we've got coming up in our region. And so I'm excited for this because it's really going to hone in and focus on semiconductor and auto training.
That's great.
Yeah.
ACC is doing some really cool things right now.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I feel like the only folks that seem to really get it, well, are Austin residents. It's been such a point of contention in the surrounding counties. Like, I'm glad that Round Rock is on board, but Round Rock is also like a smedium town. Like
Schmedium?
like a smedium. Like,
I like that.
I think I looked it up not long ago, and it was 100. They have like 150,000 residents ish, something like that. 150 to 180,000.
In Round Rock.
Yeah,
That's it? No.
that's it. I swear. I'm sure they've got like
A Sunfield.
yeah, like an unannexed new
Unincorporated area.
like
of-
mud area where, but so we had a proposition on our ballot to bring ACC to Lockhart, and people were like, "Your taxes are gonna go up, and we don't want those Austin folks coming to Caldwell County." And I'm like, "Newsflash,
Yeah, right?
pretty sure, like they're already here.
Yes.
Generations of them are already here, and have you worked with any of the folks that are working around town that have been there like generationally forever? And it's like they're just riding on that 2A education. Or now I think how it's going to start. So it passed anyway. So
So wait, so ACC might have a campus in Lockhart.
I think long-term goal is to have an actual
like
brick
it.
and mortar campus, but I think they're going to start with doing classes at the high school, which is
the high school that's converted that has booze in it, or the real high school?
this is in Lockhart,
Oh, right,
not
sorry.
in
That-
Taylor. But that I am here for
That would be good.
class credit in a bar.
That makes sense, though. They have a tiny little campus in San Marcos by Goodnight Middle School. I think it used to be part of the SMC-ISD school district because it's just a small little building, but then they have a larger campus in Kyle.
Yeah, a pretty one.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
ACC does it the right way, and their training is absolutely like hands on.
Yes.
It's not just you sit in a room and you read about this is how you weld 2 pieces of metal together. No, you go do it.
Hands down, my favorite professors have always been from community education. Like San Jacinto College was, I those professors care. Like it's more intimate in the things that they have to share, and they really connect with the students. You know, obviously I'm taking all these online courses right now, and you're hard pressed to even find out who's in your class. Like it used to be on Blackboard, you could at least look up who was in the class with you and you could ping people, where you still can in a couple of my courses, but some of them it's just not even there. Like the self-paced learning. So
do they still do like the discussion questions where you all have to like?
Oh, and you have to respond to like 2 or 3.
Ooh, are they still like a trickle down thread?
No, I'm telling you, I shouldn't say all of this today because I haven't done my course reviews yet. But no, it's just been really challenging. It's so hands off, to the point where I'm having to send like 3-4 emails just to get my professor's attention, and then I'm lucky if she answers one of the questions in my email.
This just in, Amy will be failing all her classes.
At any rate, I'm just saying, if I could transfer more credits, which I'm out. They only allow you to transfer, what is it?
Like 60 something, yeah.
I think. I'm tapped out. I can't transfer any more credits in.
Yeah, they actually want you to go to the university. Yeah, or at least
I understand
attend.
that, but I wish there was like in high school you get dual credit. Why can't I get dual credit from community college to university level?
When I was in, because I'm much older, but like the remote classes that I took, it was not quite remote the way they are today. Obviously, we didn't have the Googles and the Zooms, but I would go to the library. And I was taking an art history class. I thought, I got to fulfill that. I'll just take it, quote unquote, remotely. So I would go there and you would check out a VHS tape. And then you would go into a viewing room in the library, put it in, put your little headphones on that you took hearing exams in the 3rd grade from.
Right.
Sit in that little room and listen to this scratchy VHS tape that was made in the 80s.
I love it.
And then you would walk from there over to the testing center and regurgitate everything you just heard on the VHS tape.
I mean, I'm here for that.
Half of that sounds like my dream in life.
Yeah, I mean.
So New York Library.
Okay.
You can watch original Broadway cast recordings, but you have to be a New York resident with a library card. But they do the same thing. You check it out, and then I guess you put on your little headphones.
No, you have to be a resident?
You're paying taxes as a resident. You get to use that.
I know, but it's converted to digital. Let us all watch.
Too much money at stake.
Yeah, well, I love it. My history professor, when I took summer school after my freshman year at college, was Patsy Goss was her name, my professor. And she was like the real life Mrs. Frizzle. She had blue eyeshadow up to her eyebrows. And she would send each section's notes home with us. Every student in the class got a cassette tape.
What?
Yeah. It was fantastic.
That's awesome.
And I'll tell you, that's like the one class where I actually remember everything. I've retained it all. And it's not just blowing and going, like just looking for the keywords in the textbook and trying to get the work done.
I used to have to drive to campus. And so I would take, back then it was a Southwest tram. When it was SWT, it was SW Tram. So it was a little bus that picked up right there at the academy at
what's it called now?
William Cannon.
The cat
tram, something.
Bobcat.
The P Patrol.
Transit. I don't know.
Not right.
Anyway.
Can't remember.
But I would, because I was sitting on it, I was like bored. So I do better when I hear things, right? So I would record myself reading the chapter.
Oh my God.
And then when I would miss the bus, I would have to drive myself. I would put in, because my car was cool like that, I'd put in my cassette into my car and I would hear myself read the chapter on the way down there. And it was so much better for me. That was the original Audible.
That is a lot of reading.
Yeah.
Those books are weapons.
You should try the accounting books. They're insane.
You could do some real damage.
But it worked, and I graduated, and some fool gave me a job after that. So did you know the Chamber's got over 400 different business members, everybody from Apple to Amazon to small mom and pop shops? What do we have on new members checking out our chamber, Miss Ames?
Yeah, we have officially the Austin Eagle.
Yay,
has joined the chamber. we also have Sound of Work Construction, another construction member. This is what we need. And the Lunar Foundation, fellow Leadership Austin student, cohort, best class ever.
Nonprofit, right?
Oh, yes. And as of today, Restaurant 365 Central Texas.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Just like that.
That's just like that. It's so easy to join. How can folks join?
Well, you can either go to the website and do it yourself because it's super easy. AustinLGBT Chamber.com. Join today. Or you can just email me, Amy at AustinLGBTChamber.com.
And if you email me, I'm just going to forward it to Amy.
Pretty much. Which is fine. He'll give you all the high points, though.
Yeah, I'll do a quick overview, and I'll be like, okay.
And your job is to basically say, okay, Amy, I'm ready. And then I will take it from there.
And it's really, you could just do it yourself online.
You can.
If you can order Netflix,
This is the same.
you got this. DoorDash, same thing. Like, we got this. It's easy.
You got it.
Yes.
And for all of you listening,
It's kind of like online shopping. It's fine. You got
member
this.
directory online. Type in what you're looking for. So easy. There's something for everybody in there.
Yes.
And it's also important to note that this Saturday is Small Business Saturday.
Agreed.
Yes.
So
So if your directory listing is not up to snuff, everybody who's listening that's a member currently, get into your member portal and fluff out that directory listing. If you only have like your company name and no contact, it is not helping you. Give me a shout. I will walk you through it. Have a look at some good ones. I always reference Zach Theater.
Yeah,
Because
they
they
got a good
have
one.
videos, photos, links, events, like who to contact, what they do, what their mission is. And that's the way to do it. So as we're getting into Small Business Saturday,
yeah.
people are going to be referencing our directory.
Yeah. Zach Theaters is really good. Little Gay Shop. There are several that have them fully fleshed out.
Yeah.
And there are hundreds online. So whether you're looking for a beauty shop or a tax accountant, whatever you're looking for.
Construction.
Yes, go
Yeah.
to our website. Speaking of going to our website, what can folks find event-wise? What's the real big thing we got coming up?
Join us on December 7th at the Hilton Austin for the Queer Frontier 2024 Business of Pride Gala. I was trying to read, but I don't have that on my sheet.
It sounded like you were reading, though.
I know.
It was good. It was good.
I was reading in my head.
It was the slowest
We
process.
just, I know, my brain's slow.
Easy to understand, though.
We are flying in Robin Rose Courts from New York City.
Woohoo!
So excited. We have also hired our friend Violet Ward with
Yes!
Extra Grams. We have several auction packages. Some of them include airfare. We're talking like all-inclusive tropical vacation.
From Havana to Ireland.
Yes, Irish road trip. That one sounds super cool. You have to take one of us with you if you get the Ireland one. Just
Yes.
saying.
Well, Colton and I will rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. Actually, bring all of us. We have a place to stay.
We do.
What else? There will be live armadillo races,
Woohoo!
mechanical bull, DJ Boy Orbison.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
You may know DJ Boy Orbison from Neon Rainbows.
Yep.
Good time.
What else? What am I missing?
Amazing fashion. The people will be the eye candy
Yeah.
attending this event. Everybody I talked to is very freaked out about making sure their outfit is perfect.
We do have for those that have come to the gala consistently year over year over year, we do have a special little celebration that you may have not seen before anywhere else that we're super excited to unveil with some of our members and new coming members. You're looking at me like you don't know what I'm talking about.
It's like I don't even work here. What?
We just did the production today.
What? I have no idea. Nor can I read your lips.
Something about a grant.
Something about something about like giving money. To
There's going to be massive amounts of money being given out at the gala.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
So get excited for these folks. We're
Yeah.
like, I'm really, I just love this celebration that.
And we'll also be announcing our scholarship recipients for the Austin LGBT Chamber Education Fund.
Yes.
So many exciting things.
So big congrats to all the nominees and then also the grant awardees and our scholarship recipients. It's going to be so much celebrating and so much joy.
Good.
And a
live
little bit,
armadillos, and that's all I need in life.
and a little bit of education on the LGBTQ economy and the LGBTQ spending power.
So if you're having a homo FOMO by listening to us because you have not purchased your tickets or your table, it's a Black Friday sale today.
Yes.
Oh, hell.
You can use code all caps Black Friday 24 for a lot off. It does make it quite a bit cheaper.
Undisclosed amount.
I just don't have it in my head right now. But it is much cheaper. That is for individual tickets and tables.
See, there's
Yeah.
really no excuse at this point. It's going to be glamorous. It's going to be on sale. Like, get online.
It's going to be
business,
country.
businessofpride.com and get your stuff. As always, I thank you all for joining us. If you want to learn more about becoming a chamber member, visit us at AustinLGBTChamber.com. If you want to be a guest or a sponsor, email us at info@AustinLGBTChamber.com. Listen to our show every Friday wherever you get your podcast. Be sure to click that follow button. Thanks, and we'll see y'all next week.